This is your weekly outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. If you missed this, don't worry, you can catch the replay. And there will be a video as well. All right, so I'm going to be going over what we're expecting for this week heading into next week. I have a few things that I looked at already. Let's go ahead and put in AMC stock news. Let's type in GME stock news. And stock market news and see. Also, there's no news, nothing. Nothing. We got nothing. Okay. Nothing interesting. All right, so I do have some things that I looked at already. I was hoping there would be some good news. Now, crypto seems to be picking up. Bitcoin's still in an overall uptrend. It's actually making a falling wedge right now. So this is actually bullish. Once it comes down for this trend line, it's probably going to get a pop. So you'll probably see like Bitcoin do something like this. Is that a fucking super chat? Dude, you guys are out. Guys, you are out of control. Super chat, brother. Thank you. Bro, thank you for the super chat, bro. Mark. I'll be going over price targets shortly because we have to worry about possible pullback. But things are looking good. Things are looking good. So stay tuned, brother. We're going to go over price targets and much, much more. I want to cover some of the stuff I found here and then also talk about we're moving into the next month. And you guys remember what happens next month on the 20th. June 20th is that expiration date. And look how crazy it looks. Look how crazy June 20th looks. Oh my God, look at June 20th. Look at June 20th. Look at it! Guys, look at it!
What prices target for AMC/GME this week, brother?
Bro, can't wait to quit my job. Just dropped a super chat as well. Look, there's no puts, there's all calls.
Games to
They're buying even more, bruh. Oh my God, look at it! Look at it! The puts look like a tiny little slither compared to the mountain of calls. Look at it. Behold. Bano with a super chat as well. Bano, thank you so much. You guys are insane, bro. What is the occasion, bro? Thank you guys for the multiple super chats on the freaking weekend, baby. We about to have us some fun. Yo, thanks, Bano. In all sincerity, the super chats will help out because I won't get the stream on Monday, so thank you. I appreciate y'all. Let's check out AMC. So one thing I want to point out for AMC, guys, look how many shares are left. Only 1.1 million. Only 1.1 million shares left, family. So we're literally going into the month of June where there's a crazy stacked options chain and there's only 1.1 million shares left and AMC and GME are rallying into that crazy option chain. Do you not see what's coming? Another super chat from Mark Monroe or Moore. I'm sorry, Mark Moore. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the super sticker, brother. You guys are absolutely out of control, insane. What is happening? So on top of all of this, guess what? Let's check out options chain. Let's go to the 20th. Now let's scroll down. Look at no puts and a mountain of calls on AMC all the way to $27. Now let's check out this upcoming expiration, because remember, it's a short week this week. It's a short week this week. So Gamma, look at this. Look at this, guys. Bullish. Bullish. Well, regardless of the occasion, I appreciate the super chats, truly. I thought nobody was going to show up because it's a holiday. I didn't think anybody would show up. I wasn't even going to stream. Wasn't even going to stream. I said, screw it. I'm going to stream and see what happens. Guys, do you see how bullish the option chain looks? Do you see how bullish the option chain looks for this expiration? The 30th. That's this month. That's this Friday coming up. Let's check out GME. Oh, bro, it's green week, bro. It's green week, bro. It's green week, bro. Look, they got $40 calls. Green week, bro. All day and tomorrow. Nah, I'm going to have to call for a red week. I'm going to have to call for a red week, guys. I'm sorry. I'm seeing bearish technicals. We're going to dump on Tuesday. Guys, we're going to dump on Tuesday. I'm here to warn you now. So, sorry to be the bearer of bad news. It's like, nah, we're not going to dump. I was joking with you guys. What if I did say we're going to dump? I mean, RSI is high. We do got to worry about that. We are outside the bands. GameStop's gamma squeezing, so if it don't keep gamma squeezing, we're going to pull back. Bro, AMC's above the 325. Everything looks a go. I think, bro, so I'm looking at my checklist for liftoff. Let's see. Above critical support and resistance? Check. Bullish options chain? Check. Little to no shares available to short? Check. Ladies and gentlemen, ignite your engines for liftoff. Okay, now you're out of control, brother. Now you're out of control. He just sent in a $13 super chat. $13 super chat, ladies and gentlemen. Bro is out of control, straight balling on him. Balling on him, bro. Thank you, brother. The 10 is actually crazy, bro. Thank you, dude. Wow. You guys are, what the heck, bro? I don't even understand anymore, but I'm grateful. Thank you. Yo, Bitcoin's going green. Bitcoin got a DataZero pump. Bitcoin got a DataZero pump. Bitcoin got a DataZero pump. As soon as I get online, baby, Bitcoin start moving. Yo, look, we're breaking out the falling wedge. White dotted lines OP, baby. White dotted lines OP, baby. Yeah. So I could probably move this just a little bit. We'll probably come back down, retest the wedge, and then push up. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for showing support and showing love, man. I appreciate it for real. Like, we literally would not exist without people like you. So, and thank you, Bano. Thank you, everybody who right now can't wait. Bano. Thank you, guys. You guys did multiple super chats, 24 likes. Thank you. Why is Bitcoin getting a nice little pump, though? This next move is going to be the 115. This next move that's coming, it's going to be the 115. On Bitcoin. It's going to be my price target. And when that happens, altcoins are going to pump. Cardano, ADA, Ethereum are already moving. I might buy more GameStop this week. I was thinking about it, more AMC and GameStop. I might buy more AMC and GameStop this week. Because I was thinking about just taking a lot more risk. You know what I mean? About how I said about taking risk. I'm about to take a lot more risk. I might buy a big chunk of GameStop and AMC just to sell. Because I think we're about to pump for real. Let's see what type of 3-star impacts we got to deal with. So we're going to have to deal with durable goods. Oh, my God. This week's going to be crazy. We got FOMC minutes. Oh, shoot. GDP. And GDP's. Oh, my God. Yo, guys, this is going to happen. Market's going to crash. Memes are going to squeeze. Yo, I'm so excited. Look at the GDP. Look at the GDP. Look at the GDP. It's expected to come out really bad. It's expected to come out really, really, really bad. So on top of all of that, so we have to deal with GDP and an FOMC. So I'm doing a red week for SPY because I already think SPY is going to come down even more. I already think it's already breaking down. So I'm doing red week for SPY. And last week I got 3 out of 3. Green week for GameStop. GameStop was up officially. So GameStop was up 10% last week, which I called for a green week. And this week it was up 7%. Oh, no, sorry. GameStop was up 3.3% last week, and it was up 16% this week. I called for a green week on GameStop. I called for a green week on AMC, and AMC was up 9.83%. And I called for a red week on SPY. SPY was down 2.54%. 3 in a row, 2 weeks in a row. I also called for a green week on SPY last week, the week before that. A green week on GameStop the week before that, and a green week on AMC a week before that, getting another 3 out of 3. Ladies and gentlemen, I am 3 out of 3 for 2 weeks in a row. Now, my prediction is going to be after everything I'm seeing, a red week for SPY, a green week for AMC, and a green week for GME. I never done Bitcoin before, but if I had to, I would say green week for Bitcoin. I would say Bitcoin's going to make another leg higher and definitely going to have a green week. Yeah, Bitcoin's about to explode. Everything that I said's coming is about to happen in a big way. Everything that I said is coming is about to happen in a big way. All of this is coming right now. Bitcoin is already fully decoupled from the stock market. Stocks are about to crash hard, and AMC and GME are going to squeeze. I'm too on point. I'm too on point. Literally, I predicted the macro to the T. Like, I have a crystal ball, dude. Like, this is unreal how I did this from my bedroom. It's unreal for real. Did it from my bedroom, bro. It's crazy how I did it. And I knew if I could just take my unique insight and put it out to the world, people would show up. And with that, we built the best community possible. Let's get some likes up in here. Maybe I'll do a gifted giveaway. Now, since the market's closed, stock futures shouldn't be doing anything. Yeah, they're not moving. Wait, something's going on with the EU and the tariffs. Look, they're going to blame the crash on Trump, and they're going to blame the crash on meme stocks. But everybody knew the crash was coming, bro. The crash was inevitable. This crash is about to be horrific. See, the bad thing about me being right about all of this is it means a depression is coming. So that's the unfortunate part. The bad thing about all of this means a depression is coming. So, and we're about to get a negative GDP report 2 quarters in a row. So we're literally about to be screwed, guys. I'm sorry. But, I mean, we're not going to be screwed because the apes, well, the Datazero family specifically, is going to learn how to make money because I prepared for this. I knew this was coming. And I told you guys I have the Grandmaster plan trade, and now it's playing out. I make money off the Bitcoin, the AMC and GME as they squeeze, and the SQQQ as the market crashes. Then I cash in on all of it and buy the bottom on stocks while they're dirt cheap and build generational wealth. I had a plan this whole time because I knew the depression was coming. So hopefully you guys have been taking notes. Normally I have the futures to help tell me what's going to happen, but I don't have the futures right now. Look how AMC and GameStop both curled up in the close. Bullish. We use this as support, we launched. Boom! Unless we see a gap up pre-market, which is possible. If we see a gap up pre-market, it's on and popping. But we will have to fill the gap. I'll explain that. We would have to fill the gap, but we would gap up, come back down, dump hard, and then pop up. So I'm going to get ready to do this video here in a few minutes because I don't want to spend too long online. Plus, I want to try to get working on my class some over this weekend because we have a long weekend. I've been live for a half hour. I think I'm going to try to do the video ASAP. So let's see what we got here. And let me see what I want to talk about. We don't have any freaking news. Just a quiet little... What's with the EU thing? Somebody pop in with that. Walmart, Subaru, these brands raising prices due to Trump tariffs. Man, this is gonna be crazy, guys. Market's gonna crash hard. Get ready, fam. Red week for SPY. Hopefully I get another 3 out of 3. The futures market isn't open right now. Normally it is. Okay. So I think I have what I need. GameStop looks ridiculous. GameStop looks ridiculous, bro. GameStop looks insane. God, GameStop, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, GameStop. This is it. What I talked about in my last video where we break out and we stay above 30 and build a floor at 30. Look, we even ate into all the sell walls that they had, bro. This is it, family. This is it. We're about to pump. Trump delays 50% tariffs on EU to July 9th. I just seen that. I just seen that right here. Wait. EU needs till July 9th. So he agreed to that. The dollar's still dumping. Very bullish for Bitcoin. All right, so all in all, we look in a really good position. The only I think that's SPY should dump more. The only thing I'm worried about is my red week prediction for SPY, because we might get one more green week. We might get like a push up before pulling back. So I could be really wrong about SPY. Because SPY could push up here inside of the wedge before pulling back. There is a gap fill to the upside. But if SPY breaks down out of this rising wedge, it's over. NASDAQ's coming back inside the wedge. So yeah, it's got to be a red week. We got bearish momentum building. It's got to be. It's got to be. It's got to be. So I'm going to go. We might get a little bit of recovery. But... So, like, we might get a little bit of recovery, fill the gap for NASDAQ, but we're going to end up losing it all, and it's going to be this week. So I'm going to go ahead and go red week for NASDAQ. I really want to get another 3 out of 3 again, man. I really want to get another 3 out of 3. Getting 3 out of 3 is extremely hard, and... doing it 2 weeks in a row, that's just insanity. The market's open on Tuesday. I have the dates. I have the dates on the title. All right, so I'm going to do my video. You guys know the deal. I'm going to show a commercial before the video. Please, if you guys watch it now, please like the video when it comes out, if you don't mind, man. I appreciate y'all. But the main thing that we're hyped about is that there's little to no shares available to short. The options chain is hella bullish for this expiration date. And then we have absolute insanity on the June 20th, which is coming up here in a few Fridays. So we're going to talk about that. News is quiet, but they probably want to keep it quiet. All of this is playing out. All of the macros 1000% playing out. Crypto's about to explode. If you don't know that, I mean, crypto's literally about to explode. We're about to go to altcoin season. It's about to be pure euphoria. It's going to be insanity. Crypto's about to bloom. Absolute insanity. Yeah. Oh, also, this is some new stuff that I came out. They're trying to say GameStop is pumping because Bitcoin price went up. They're literally trying to say GameStop was pumping because Bitcoin price went up. That's not true. That's not true. If this is why GameStop was pumping, how was I able to predict that GameStop was going to pump? If that's the reason that GameStop was pumping because Bitcoin is up, how was I able to predict easily a couple weeks before it happened that GameStop is going to pump? I literally said we're going to see a macro rally or squeeze type price action later this year, May 17th. Basically, from then heading into June 20th is when we should see this. Not financial advice. I'm predicting a big pump this summer. It's literally summertime. GameStop's pumping. That's not why GameStop went up. It's not because of Bitcoin. And we didn't even file the 8K yet saying they bought the Bitcoin. So we don't even know if GameStop has the Bitcoin. But imagine if GameStop came out with the Bitcoin, though. Oh my God, we would literally moon. This is all happening before we even have the Bitcoin. I hope he bought the Bitcoin, but bro, there's no proof saying he bought the Bitcoin. There's no proof, and he would have to file an 8K filing. He would have to. And there's no evidence saying that he bought this Bitcoin. I want to be wrong, but you guys know my track record. I'm normally right. And I use charts and data. And there's no facts or data or nothing saying they bought the Bitcoin. Nothing. Okay, so if the bond market is rising, that's bearish for stocks. This week, the market's going to crash bad, I think. Hey, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter/X. Follow me on Twitter/X if you don't mind. Follow me on Twitter/X. We're at 2,176 followers on Twitter/X. Give me a follow on there. Bro, we got GDP coming out negative. Yeah, it's going to be a red week. Red week. Red week, SPY. Red week, SPY. It's going to be a crazy week. Oh my God, this week's going to be insane. How far are we at the bands? That's one thing I need to know right now. How bad is the RSI? How far are we out the bands? Okay, AMC's RSI is at 74 in the 4-hour time frame. Oh no, we're at 74 on the daily as well, and we're way outside the bands. All right, we're above the 200, or we're above the 50 and the 100 moving average. The 200 moving average is at 384, so we're definitely going back to $4. There's gap fills up there, by the way. And GameStop has a golden cross. Ugh. And it's above a 200 moving average. And GameStop's literally about to squeeze stupid hard. And this is like a crazy inverse head and shoulders right here. Right here's your shoulder. Right here's your head. Right here's your shoulder. GameStop's about to go to fucking 30 and beyond, dude. It's about to go to 40. 45, bro. Crazy inverse head and shoulders. Bro, this thing's about to go to like the moon, bro. Golden cross on the daily time frame. GameStop looks so disgusting, dude. So disgusting, bro. GameStop looks so disgusting. Oh my God, bro. GameStop, bro. What are you doing, bro? Look at the falling wedge breakout. Oh my God, dude, bro. The similarities. Yo, this is just disgusting. This is just a nasty ass setup, bro. We're outside the bands on the weekly. We're probably starting the initial phases of squeezing, because we definitely gamma ramped all the end of last week. We were just gamma ramping from Thursday into Friday. We were just gamma ramping. Thursday and Friday, yeah. Thursday and Friday was all gamma ramp. That's why we didn't come down. That's why we rode the bands. That's why price just kept going up and up and up and up and up. So We have to definitely rely on this options chain next week, but it looks bullish as of right now. Well, this has a lot of, GameStop has a lot of freaking puts. You see, so that is a little bit worrisome. GameStop has a lot of puts. I mean, this almost looks like there's more puts than calls. Is there a way to check the put to call ratio? Okay, that's still bullish put to call. Now, I don't know if that's for this week or... I mean, for this week, it looks like it's a bearish put to call, but AMC looks good. All the way up to 450. All the way up to 450. So we're definitely going back to $4. We're definitely going back to $4. Okay. The next week, all the weeks heading into June 6th or June 20th look hella bullish. Higher and higher and higher. And then we get to June 20th and all hell breaks loose. For some reason. June 20th, all hell breaks loose on the options chain. Let's see GameStop. Bullish, $40. For the 30th. Okay, so this is going to be us right here, the 30th. We're looking good. There's definitely more calls than puts. And they have $40 strike price. Okay, I think we go to maybe possibly $40 this week. 35.40, bro, easy. And AMC could possibly go to $4, $4.50. And then we'll get to June. Then look at this. This is so crazy looking. Then we get to June 20th and we explode to 125. All I know is with what I see here, I'm not selling any shares until June 20th, unless we explode before then. I will sell my shares on June 20th. Okay, so we have some good news and we have some bad news. RSI is way overblown. We're way outside the bands, but we are gamma squeezing. We have a bullish inverse head and shoulders if we can maintain these levels. We hold 30, we blast off, ladies and gentlemen. We might see some pullback here on Monday, Tuesday, but this thing could keep popping up. If you do see a gap up to the upside, expect a big pullback filling the gap coming down. Be optimistically hopeful, optimistically cautious, and get ready for anything because shit is literally about to get crazy. I think the market's about to take a dump. I think meme stocks are about to go crazy and Bitcoin's about to pop off. Not financial advice, y'all. I think crypto's about to go bananas. I think a lot of crazy things are about to happen. I think the world's literally about to fundamentally change. Like, shit's about to get crazy. So get ready to make a lot of money. If you're smart and you've been paying attention and been putting in the work. And Let's prepare for this crazy week. It's going to be a short week, but it's going to be one of the craziest heading into what could possibly be life-changing for some of us, or maybe even all of us, when we get towards June 20th. Bro, I played Fortnite today and crushed, bro. Don't even get me started on Fortnite, bro. I've been playing too much. Bro. Look at my stats, bro. I literally played Reload on ranked and just won, bro. I got ranked wins now. Bro, my KD is top 6% in the whole world, bro. 3.05 KD, and my win rate is top 21% in the whole world. 7.01% rate. Bro, on a Battle Royale game, 3.05 KD player, bro. Nasty with it. Oh, and I've been playing Zero Build. I think I got my first rank win on Zero Build. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I won ranked on Zero Build. Right here. Zero Build, right here. I'm like gold 2. I'm gold 2 now. I won one of them. But yeah, I'll be on, brother. I will be on. Yo, I should ask Vader if AMC... Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to see what he says. Bro, if he says yes, it's guaranteed we squeeze. All right, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Can we get... How many likes do we have? Because I want to do a gifted giveaway if possible. I need at least 10 more, bro. If I'm going to do a gifted giveaway, I need at least 10 more likes, guys. We got 70 people in the building. You can get the likes up. I know there's somebody in here who doesn't have a membership. Bitcoin's at 108.6. Ethereum's at 2.5. Get us to 50 likes. We're at 42, 43. Come on. Like it up, like it up. I'm going to go like my own stream as well. We're at 42, 43. Come on. There we go. We're at 45.
14. You got another one.
46. There we go. We got 72 in the building. 48. We're doing it. $49. Okay, one more and I will do a gifted giveaway. I'm going to do a gifted giveaway if we get 50 likes. I'm going to give away one free membership to a lucky person. One lucky person will win a free membership. So start spamming it up if you get 50 likes. We'll see who gets the membership. All right, we did it. We did it, fam. I'm giving away a membership, fam. I like giving back to the community because you guys give to me all the time. So we're doing a gifted giveaway, baby. One person is going to get access to the membership perks for free. I want you guys to start spamming it up right now. If you are not a member, you need to spam it up right now. If you are not a member, you need to spam it up right now. All right, I got the card ready to swipe. Spam it up. Yo, Bitcoin is pumping, y'all. Bitcoin is pumping, getting a little data pump. I cannot wait till altcoin season. Oh my God, I cannot wait till altcoin season. I'm kind of hoping AMC and GME give me a little profit so I can roll into Bitcoin. All right, I'm sending this out right now. I'm sending out a gifted in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gifted giveaway launch. Gifted giveaway launch. Gifted giveaway launch. Gifted giveaway launch. Let's see who wins. Let's see who wins. Dylan Miller. If you're listening right now, brother, you just want a free membership from me for a month. Ladies and gentlemen, don't worry if you didn't win. There will be other giveaways, as I will be giving away gifted memberships, especially if AMC and GME start to pump. We're going to do crazy giveaways, 5 gifted, maybe 10 gifted, 20 gifted. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. I also did a free Discord giveaway. We did 2 Discord giveaways. That's right. 2 people have won Discords from me for free. So make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe and tune in for the best and analysis on stocks and crypto and the best community, the most welcoming, the most hype, the most energetic, the most poppin', the most lit DZ fan. Now, as you guys can see, Bitcoin is absolutely pumping. 109, baby, 109. Dang, Fishy Friend should have got one. That's crazy. That'd have been dope if you got it, Fishy. I didn't see you lost yours. Or Brian, too. Dang, we got 67 in the building. Thank you. Yo, Bitcoin is a moving. Falling wedge breakout, BTC pumping, y'all. It's probably gonna go much higher than this now. Something like this, maybe. We're definitely going to make a new high. We're definitely going to make a new high on BTC. Bitcoin's about to explode. Bitcoin's about to explode. Definitely going to make a new high. All of crypto is going to explode. And we're not even extreme greed yet. We're not even in extreme greed yet. This is what's crazy. We're definitely going to have an altcoin season. I cannot wait, bro. All right, I'm going to make a tweet about that. Bitcoin is pumping, y'all. Yo, Bitcoin is ripping. This is why I rated to report. Because there was so much going on. Hey, yo, check out. We got some breaking news for Trump tariffs. Check it. All right, as you guys can see, here's what we know right now. Trump to delay the EU tariffs, the 50% for... Trump delays 50% tariffs on EU till July 9th. And here are your key notes. U.S. President Donald Trump on Sunday agreed to delaying imposing 50% tariff on European goods until July 9th. I agree the extension to July 9th, 2025 is my privilege to do so, Trump wrote on Truth Social. Like and subscribe for more stock and crypto breaking news, and also breaking news as well. Bitcoin currently pumping right now. Futures are not open. Now you're not late, bro. I'm about to start the video soon. We did one gifted giveaway, and a couple people went crazy on super chats for some reason. I don't know why. Shout out to Bano, always holding it down. Mark Moore went crazy. I did a gifted giveaway and can't wait. You already know. You did. Yeah, I'm about to start this this video, and then we out. I'm just making this short real quick and then getting ready to do the video. We had some Trump tariff news that we had to talk about. Says we got 82 people in the building. That's kind of crazy. I didn't think anyone would show up on the weekend. Bitcoin a pumpy. Hit 109.3. Hey. Yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Run them numbers up. Help the algorithm notice the place to be. Yo, Bitcoin. So the next target that's coming is my 115. Ugh. The bad thing is about me being right about everything is that there's a depression coming. So that is the one bad thing. Good thing we'll get rich like smart money does. Bad thing, a depression's coming. Or a deep recession, one of the two. All right. Did we get a new subscriber? Bro, thank you guys so much. We got a new subscriber at 16,084, bro. Thank you, bro. Yo, you guys have made this stream amazing. Thank you for the weekend stream. Yo, I didn't think anyone would show up because it's the weekend, bro, but thank you guys. Thank you for showing up for the weekend stream. The weekend stream, you dig? We got a new subscriber. We got one brand new member. Super chats. We got 65 likes. 55 people in the building. What more could you ask for? I'm about to start this video. Let's get it popping. Now, you guys know the deal, man. If you guys see the video now, please just go ahead and drop a like on the video when it does come out. If you don't mind, I'd appreciate it. Maybe you missed some things too, so if you watch the video again, you know what I mean? It'll be good. Sometimes if you watch it twice, you get more context out of it. If you watch it twice, that helps me out a lot too. I don't know if you care about that. Hey, yo, check out. We got some breaking news for Trump. Okay. Now, let me try to gather my thoughts so I can do this. If I mess up, guys, I'm sorry. You are watching me make a video live. It's hard. I got to go straight off the dome with this stuff, man. It's hard, man. It's a lot of complex information. And then coming right off the top of it, trying to do one take is crazy. So, let's see what we can do here. We're going to try this one time and one time only. A certain pressure with making videos live. It's hard. No way a super chat here, brother. Cold brewski with the DataZero stream. That sounds like a good time to me, brother. I wasn't gonna enjoy brewski with you guys, but not right now. I'm trying to cut back just a little bit. I did yesterday, so I'm gonna try not to today. That's definitely a vibe, though. We got some good tunes on right now. Great people in the chat. Life's good, brother.
Cold brewski and data live stream straight chillin'.
Whew. What's better than that, man? And we might get rich. Who knows? Nothing's guaranteed in the stock market, but if we get rich on top of everything else, screw it. Bro, thank you for the super chat. We got Philam. Sorry if I said your name wrong, bro. Philam. I'm gonna call you F-E-L. F-E. I'm terrible with pronunciations, my friend. I be butchering people's names daily, so don't take offense to it. All right. We're at 71 likes somehow. Probably because the gifted giveaway got us to 50. Let's see if we can do this video, boys and girls. All right. I've been saying this for the last 10 minutes. Guys, girls, thank you for the super chats, by the way. You guys are insane. Super chats on the weekends mean a lot because it's like a super chat for whatever because nothing's happening except I'm giving you guys information. All right, let's hope for another. Whew. The pressure is on, my friends. The pressure is truly on for your boy. Let me grab a water. It's truly on. I want another 3 out of 3, and I want it bad. I'm hungry. It's like a championship belt. If I get another 3 out of 3, I am him, bro. 3 out of 3, 3 weeks in a row, that's a three-peat. That's a three-peat. It's like going to the championship twice in a row. I'm going up for my three-peat right now. I have to get this week right. And we're not talking about candle prints. We're talking about true minus or plus red weeks. That's what we count here. True. Is it a positive or negative week? Not red or green candle. I called for the green week here for this week, the previous week before this one that we just finished. Called for a green week. SPY was up 5.29%. Called it. Called for a green week on GameStop. We were up 3.30%. Called for a green week on AMC. We were up 8% that week. Also called that green week on AMC here. Then I called for the red week on SPY. SPY was down 2.5%. I called for the green week on GameStop. GameStop boomed 16%. And AMC up 9.83%. Called the green week. Now, with all the odds of the RSI against us, the question is, do we have what it takes to potentially get another green week? And that means closing higher than $3.24 and higher than 33.03 for the meme stocks. That means GameStop must close higher than $33.03 and AMC must close higher than $3.24, or it'll in fact be a red week. I think we got this, family. Those are very high levels. Now we might see some pullback in the beginning of the week, but that's okay. RSI is very high. I'm gonna get to it all here in a second. Let me grab some water. And just be ready for anything. It doesn't look too crazy here with the short shares. Like normally you would see like 6 billion short shares. We've seen it where they literally would have 5 to 8 million, 10 million short shares when this stuff happens. We're not seeing that. Also, something that's different this time is the fact that institutions are buying insane. Institutions are buying insane amounts of GameStop and AMC. Especially GameStop. So that's also something that's different about this time. And then also something that's different about this time is that the options chain is crazy bullish, especially for the particular date of June 20th. All right. Oh, check out the merch store. If you guys want to support the channel in a different way and rep the DZ fam in IRL, you guys can check out my merch store. I'm always rocking the merch on the stream. I try never not to rock at least a hat or a shirt on the stream or both. Sometimes I rock a different shirt, maybe a fresh white tee or something like that. You know what I mean? But if you want to check out anything like that, and also if you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that, you go down to the bottom, you hit more, And you can find all my stuff right here. And I'd appreciate it if you just go ahead and click follow for the Instagram, the Twitter/X, and maybe just check out the merch store. Even if you don't want to buy anything, you know, just browse it and see what's up, man. Normally the prints look a lot better than they do on here. They look a lot better in real life when you see them. Like, you guys have seen it multiple times when I bought different shirts, how clean they look. And it's also a very good print and won't be coming off and stuff like that. I've already washed the shirts multiple times, and the print hasn't come off at all. It's actually better than some of the store, like the store stuff be coming off quicker. It's crazy. I don't even know, man. But all right, man, let's get it. Green week, right? Does anything look bearish other than the RSI? No. We look clear for takeoff. Nah, we're gonna be straight. Might need to see some pullback in the beginning of the week. Might need to see some pullback in the beginning of the week. Maybe some consolidation. But honestly, it looks like it wants to keep going. Got a lot of bullish momentum here. And we corrected to the upside exactly like I said we would with the bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. Told you guys repeatedly, said this repeatedly. RSI trending up, price trending down. You can see price will flatten out and correct to the upside in a big way. This is now playing out as predicted, and we had the price targets right, because look, the white line goes all the way up here to like $3.34. We came right up there, just exactly like I said we will. We're starting to curl up. Everything looks really, 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 really good. And if we get SPY to pull back even more, I know some people are like, oh, SPY, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Listen, if SPY pulls back even more, which I think it's making a bear flag right now, or some type of like, it's almost like, yeah, this is bearish. It might come up for a second, fill the gap, but it's going to pull back. All right, let's do this video. Now, if I mess up, guys, you have to deal with it. It's hard to do this shit live. Yeah, the markets are closed, bro. How did you not know this? I put out a PSA. Short week is good, dude. Remember, meme stocks take off on the short weeks. Because of gamma ramps. Wait, it's supposed to be on the other account. Oh my God. Sometimes I hate X.com. It helps you get some promo, but is it worth it? I don't know. It helps me get reach. But it's also a horrible website. Did I delete the Trump tariff post? Okay, Trump tariffs and GameStop. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, so 90-day. I don't think this is going to be huge bullish news. I don't know about the ceasefire too. Let me just check in on that. Okay, Russia hits Ukraine with largest drone and missile attack of the war so far. Yeah, there's no ceasefire. So much for a ceasefire. I could literally post this. So much for the ceasefire. Damn. Yeah, make sure you guys have your Bitcoin, not financial advice. All right, so we got that for the general global news / whatever you want to call it. Let me do a quick short video on that, and then we'll start the festivities. I've been saying that for the past half hour, but hey, at least I've been live longer. Hey, yo, check it. All right, so we got some news coming out on the Russia-Ukraine conflict. As you guys can see, it's not getting any better. There was supposed to be a ceasefire, which I did report about, and this is basically the update I'm giving you guys. There's not much of a ceasefire going on. They actually just had the largest drone and missile attack, Russia to Ukraine, here since the whole entire conflict began. So this is a recent update, and it doesn't look like things are getting any better. I also just dropped information about the Trump tariff, so check that out as well. And I'm about to do the weekly outlook and predictions, so check out that video as well. Peace. All right, so Bitcoin's going to pull back a little bit, but it's breaking out of a falling wedge. We're about to hit a nice price target. AMC and GME look prime. There's not that many short shares to short. The good thing is, the only bad news is we're outside the bands with RSI hot, but we're basically in a bullish consolidation right here. Not basically, we are. This is definitely like this. Oh, wow. Okay, that's kind of fixed. Basically, this shows us actually breaking out on Tuesday. Dang, that John was so fire. I thought that was a actual song. Scared me. I thought I was playing copyright music for a second. All right, we have a lot to go over on AMC. This video is going to be way too hard to make and way too long. It's going to be ridiculously long to make. To say everything that I want to say in 20 minutes, I'll never be able to say. So if you did watch the live stream, you got the good information. All right, we break out of this on Monday. All right, fam, what is up? You are back for another video with Datazero. This is your weekly outlook and prediction. I know most of you guys have been waiting for this. We're going to talk about the meme stocks. We're not going to waste any more time because there's a lot to cover in this video. Let's go ahead and hop in the charts, facts, and data. AMC, GME, SPY, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. You already know the deal. So the first things that we want to talk about here for AMC and GME are the good news and the bad news, okay? The good news and the bad news. You have to be cautiously optimistic with this one, ladies and gentlemen, because we looked primed, but we have been in this position before, and they were able to short us down or dilution. Something got in the way, ladies and gentlemen, so you have to be cautiously optimistic right now. So let's talk about the good news and the bad news. So right here is the bad news. RSI is starting to get very hot here on these bigger time frames. You can see right now on GME, on the weekly time frame, RSI is just now getting overbought. It's at 69.03, anything over 70, so it's just getting into that range. If we go ahead and go to the lower time frames, you guys can see RSI is hot. Here on the 4-hour time frame, it's at 83, ladies and gentlemen. Here on the daily time frame, if you go ahead and look at the daily time frame, we are sitting at 77. So RSI is hot on the multiple time frames, and we are outside of the bands. If you are not aware of what happened last week, we literally had a gamma squeeze between Thursday and Friday. We started gamma squeezing because they were hedging for calls. As we continued to go up, they had for hedge for more and more calls as we got closer to Friday, and that's why we just kept drifting up from Thursday into Friday. It was a gamma squeeze. When you see us outside the bands like that, that's what that means. If you're able to ride the bands and keep going up while RSI is hot, the volume, everything said gamma squeeze. So if you're not aware, that's exactly what was happening here. So that means we're at the point where we have to keep going up or we're going to pull back hard. So we might need to see some pullback or consolidation on Monday or Tuesday. But based off of everything that I'm seeing that I'm about to break down here in this video, we could continue up. Now I'm going to give you guys some price targets, some technicals, some things that we need to look at. But basically for AMC and GME, it's the same situation. Okay, we're outside of the bands. RSI is hot, but I'm about to break down a few things here showing you how bullish these stocks are, and it's absolutely insane. So you guys can see right now here the alligator on the daily time frame is spread very far apart, telling us that we have a ton of momentum. As you guys can see on the weekly time frame, and this is for AMC, RSI is trending up, price trending down. That bullish divergence is now playing out as AMC starts to correct up in a big way. We are starting to head towards our 200 moving average, and it looks like AMC potentially could go as high as $4 or higher this week. You guys can see that the Bollinger Bands here on the weekly time frame are starting to constrict, and we are above the blue medium line. All of this, why we're heading into some of the craziest options activity that we have seen in years, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking since the big move to the upside. We have not seen options activity like this. If you go ahead and look at the options chain, okay, we're going to look at the 30th, which is going to be the options expiry coming up. You guys can see here for GME, bullish all the way up to $40. You guys can see that here for GME. We'll go ahead and look at AMC real quick. You guys can see that the options chain is bullish all the way up to 450. You guys can see that people are buying calls. Week hasn't even started yet. Let's not even count that normally AMC and GME pop off during these short weeks. So you have to remember that as well. Now, if we start going deeper down the chain, you guys can see that as we go deeper down the chain, actually moving here into the 30th for the expiration here for AMC, this is up until $6, ladies and gentlemen. So we have $6 coming up for this week, 450, 350 calls. People are buying all of those for this week. That last week that I just showed you was last week. This here for June 6th, You guys can see it gets bullish the more and more we go out. And then we're heading into the craziness of June 20th. So if you go ahead and go to June 20th, it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. The open interest keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's a mountain of calls versus a tiny bit of puts. And the calls strike price for AMC go as high as $27, ladies and gentlemen. And if we go ahead and look at GME, it's the same story. You get more and more bullish as you go out. Then we head into June 20th. You get that crazy options activity, a mountain of calls versus a tiny bit of puts. And you guys can see strike price as high as 125. So again, we're having all of these bullish technicals, all of these bullish fundamentals, all of these hedge funds buying into what we are looking at as one of the craziest options expirations date with some of the craziest gamma ever and high strike prices. So I don't know about you guys, but ladies and gentlemen, I am very bullish for what we're going to see here on the macro. Now, as far as the short term is concerned, again, we could see some pullback. All right, no, I messed up, guys. I got to start over. I lost my train of thought. I'm going to try like 2 or 3 times, but if I can't get it, I can't do it live. If I can't find the flow, I know sometimes when I can, I can't. If I can't find the flow, I won't be able to do it. So I might not be able to do this one live. All right, let's see what we got. I lost my train of thought. All right. I want to show, let me see here. I need my key points. All right, I want to show that we're bullish heading into there's too much, bro. There's too much. There's too much to cover. All right, I'll try one more time. There's just too much going on right now. Basically, if you watch the live stream, you guys get the gist of it. Like, the only thing I'm worried about is the RSI being outside the bands, but everything I'm looking at says we're going to continue to the upside. I'm definitely looking for a green week for AMC and GME. Price target's going to be $30 to $35 or $35 to $40 for GME. Price targets for AMC is going to be we're at 324, so it's going to be $350, $4. $350, $4 for AMC, $35, $40 for GME. Could see some pullback consolidation on Monday and Tuesday. But honestly, it looks like we want to take off right here on, or not Monday or Tuesday. It looks like we want to take off here on Tuesday. Markets close Monday, short week. We normally explode on the short weeks, and the options chain looks good, all while they have no short shares. All right, can I say that? All right, let's try. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Datazero. This is your weekly outlook and prediction. Now, remember, the market is closed Monday. The market is closed Monday, so this is your weekly outlook and prediction for Tuesday into Friday. Let's not waste any more time and hop into charts, facts, data for AMC, GME, SPY, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency. So right off the bat here for the meme stocks, I want to talk to you guys about the good and the bad, because the only thing I'm worried about here is RSI, and we are way outside the bands. If you don't know what happened here on Thursday Thursday, AMC and GME started to get a gamma squeeze from Thursday heading into Friday. So we got this big push up to the upside here Thursday and Friday. Both AMC and GME started to move rapidly here on Thursday and Friday, getting a lot of volume. Why? Because they had to hedge for more and more calls as the price continued to go up, especially here on GME. As GME kept climbing to 30 or 33, 32, they had to hedge for all of those calls, and that is what caused us to go up. So right now we're at the point for AMC and GME that we have to keep going up or we're going to pull back substantially. But we are looking so bullish right now that we could literally blast off. I just don't want to get people too hyped, because we've been here before. We've been here before, and there's been some type of nonsense, something coming out of left field with dilution. Now, there are a few things that are different about this time, okay? Hedge funds are buying crazy here for AMC and GME. Not just GME, they're buying more for GME, especially. I found more evidence of them buying GME, but they're buying for both. And I don't think that if GME takes off, AMC will be left behind. But they're definitely buying GME here in massive amounts. That's how I knew we were going to see a pump. Also, something that is different here is AMC, they need a vote for more shares because there's little to no shares left available to short. They literally have, I don't have the exact number, but probably less than 100,000 shares that if they were to do dilution, they could only offer up a very, very small amount. Now, again, like I said, we've been here before to these blast off zones and they've shorted us down, okay? So that's why I want everyone to be cautious. But everything that I'm seeing here, everything literally says we are about to blast off, okay? So I'm going to show you guys what we're looking at, give you guys some possible price targets, what we could expect here on Tuesday, and then give you guys your candle prints as well and possible price targets. So right here for AMC, this is what I'm expecting on Tuesday. Possible push to the upside. If we get a big gap up pre-market, that's not what I'm expecting. But if we did, you would have to come down and fill that gap. So don't get too excited if you see a big gap up, because you're probably going to see a big drop down. You'll probably come down, find a bottom right where we started, and then we'll be able to work our way back up. So it'll get people really, really hyped, and then they'll get depressed, but then they'll be hyped again when the price starts going back up. Keep your emotions in check while this is going, because if you can't handle these little bit of moves, you're not going to be able to handle when the squeeze comes, okay? If you cannot handle these swings now, you are not going to be ready for what happens when the squeeze comes. So get your emotions in check and keep yourself grounded with facts and data at all times. Now, what I expect here is that we could see a push to the upside towards 328, coming back down for 325. If we hold 325 as support, AMC is absolutely going to blast off. Okay, we're in the blast off zones for both AMC and GME. GME is a little bit better because it's literally in and I'll talk about this, literally in its blast off zone. So the blast off zone for AMC would be like this $5.50, $6. Once we get above that, we would absolutely take off. Shorts are heavily underwater at that level. Also, it's major support and resistance. So if we get above it and use it as support, we're going to move to the upside rapidly. But with what we have here, this falling wedge says we are heading back up to that zone, and we are going to be able to get back up there and hold that level. Similar to what we're seeing here for GME. GME on the macro is breaking out of a macro falling wedge, and that's why I believe GME is going to be able to stay above this $30 level. If GME stays above $30, it is going to rocket. I believe that we could possibly see $35 to $40 here for GME this week. Now, if we start heading towards $45 and keep going, we're gonna get a crazy gamma ramp, and things are gonna get absolutely wild. They do have these sell walls here at like $37 to $48. They definitely think we can get up here. We've been eating into the sell walls that they had here at the $30 level. There are some sell walls here right above our head at like 33 to 34.50. So we do have to be aware of those. But as of right now, I think we're going to continue to the upside. You might need to see a little bit of consolidation here on Tuesday. Maybe even a little bit of pullback, but we have an overall uptrend for GME. Also, I want to show you guys we have this inverse head and shoulders as well. I broke most of this down on the live stream, so if you guys want even more details, you guys can check out the live stream. But we have this inverse head and shoulders. We're holding above $30 for GME. AMC has the falling wedge where it says it's going to come back to its blast off zone. We have the bullish divergence, RSI trending up. Price was trending down. I told you we're going to correct to the upside in a big way. Bollinger Bands are constricting here on the weekly time frame. Green weekly MACD. I could just go on and on and on about the bullish things. I'm not going to be able to do it all in this video. So there's so many things saying that we are literally going to keep continuing up that I'm going to have to call for a green week here for AMC and GME. Now, I want to keep you guys posted here with the options chain as well. If we go ahead and look at the expiration date here for the May 30th, you guys can see here for GME, they have all the way up to $40. You guys can see that there's more calls than puts. Also, if we go ahead and look here at the June 20th, okay, this is all bullish technicals and bullish fundamentals heading into June 20th, which has a crazy, unusual options activity, a mountain, absolute mountain of calls versus a tiny hill of puts, and strike prices as high as 125 here for GME. And if we go ahead and look at AMC, you guys can see that the options chain here for the 30th is also bullish. You guys can see we have as high as $6, okay? And I'll give you price targets here for AMC as well for this week. And we could go higher than my price targets. But again, GME right now, $35 to $40. And then heading into the 20th, you guys can see here, $27 max strike price here for AMC, and a crazy mountain of calls and only a tiny bit of puts. So again, we have all of these bullish technicals, all of these bullish fundamentals, hedge funds buying, the price is rising, all while heading into this summer, which we have a crazy options expiration date. And on top of it, we have the box office popping off. We have the Switch 2 pre-sales going crazy. We have GME possibly getting into Bitcoin. We have Bitcoin making new all-time highs. They're literally trying to blame Bitcoin on this rally, which is not what's happening. I want you guys to know we literally had a gamma squeeze, and they don't want to admit to all of this stuff. They don't want to cause more FOMO and stuff like that, but they're literally saying it's not a meme thing. GameStop's going up because they bought the Bitcoin, and they didn't even buy the Bitcoin. We don't even know that for sure. They would have to file an 8K saying they bought the Bitcoin. So they're trying to give any narrative possible on why this thing's going up. It's going up because shorts are about to get squeezed, ladies and gentlemen, because we're getting a gamma ramp. And if shorts have to cover the short interest right now, it would be devastating, as short interest is sitting at 14.50% here for AMC and 11.93% for GME. Now, possible price targets here for AMC are going to be $3.50 and $4 for this week, but we could go higher, especially if GME is able to push higher than $40, okay? And again, for GME, it's going to be $35 to $40. For AMC, it's going to be $3.50 to $4. I think those are conservative price targets. I think we can go higher, and I am going to go for a green week based off of everything I see here, but we could see some pullback on Tuesday, Wednesday, the beginning of the week, but because it is a short week, it's going to be a gamma crunch, and we could see a continuation of the gamma squeeze and really, really blast off having a big, big green week for both AMC and GME. And heading into that crazy options expiration is just, my mind is literally blown, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm getting really, really excited. I don't want to hype people up too much, but like I'm literally so hype over this right now from everything I'm looking at. And I don't want to give out false signals, but it literally looks like we could possibly squeeze, ladies and gentlemen. I'm even scared to literally say it, but it looks like we could squeeze. It really does. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC and GME. Be cautiously optimistic, okay? Because we've been here before. I don't want people to get their hopes down. And if we did see pullback, it's not the end of the world. We're still looking bullish on so many different aspects. We still have time heading into June 20th, but it looks like we could start blasting off now and even into then. Like a macro bull run or some type of squeeze move is coming for the meme stocks based off of my analysis. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC and GME. Green week for both of the meme stocks. And it also has to do with potentially SPY pulling back. So even if you do not hold SPY, you might want to watch this because we have some crazy things coming up for SPY. So let's go ahead and head into SPY and the overall market, show you guys what's going on there. Now, again, some people don't mess with SPY and AMC. Some of these people don't mix and match. But I'm telling you guys, it's all correlated because they use the Mag 7 for short positions, collateral for short positions for AMC and GME. So I believe SPY is going to see a potential pullback this week. I think we could see some recovery early in the week, but I think this week is actually going to see a decent move down for SPY. SPY is already slowly starting to break out of this overall rising wedge. I told you guys that it would be coming back inside the rising wedge, and that's exactly what we've seen. We've seen this before where they break out and then come back in. Everybody gets overly bullish. There are some gap fills to the upside, but everything I'm seeing right now shows that SPY is most likely going to start pulling back hard this week. As you guys can see, NASDAQ is the leader, and the RSI is trending down bad. Volume is trending down, and we have MACD getting more and more red. So there is a gap fill to the upside for NASDAQ where I think we could see some recovery and possibly get that filled. But I think we're going to pull back hard for the overall market this week for a few general reasons. There are some technical reasons, and then we also have some bad data drops. Now, I'm going to give you guys some information that could lead into bullishness or bearishness here in a second, and I'll break that down. But as you guys can see, data drops this week is going to be absolutely insane. So straight off the bat on Tuesday, we're going to have durable goods month over month, which is pretty big. Then we have FOMC on Wednesday, which is absolutely huge. It's going to cause a ton of volatility. That's going to be at 2 p.m. I will be live. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. Put the bell notification on. That way you know when I go live. GDP, okay? And the forecast and the consensus. Not that this cements it, but normally when those numbers are the same or very, very close, that's what it is. It's calling for a negative GDP. That would be the second time in a row. That would be absolutely devastating. And me being right about all of these macro things playing out, there's some good news and some bad news. Good news is DZ family is going to get absolutely paid. I'm in a good position as well to get absolutely paid. Bad news is we're going to get a deep recession or depression because all of my macro analysis coming true about Bitcoin decoupling, stocks crashing, and AMC GME squeezing because of a market crash. So yes, it's good that I'm right, but it also is bad. But if you're prepared, you could buy the bottom and do the Grandmaster plan trade. And then when all of that rides up, literally build generational wealth. But I'll get to that in another video. So I think SPY is going to be pulling back as far as news is concerned. And I'll get back here to the data drops. But as far as news is concerned, you guys can see. So Trump delays the 50% tariffs on the EU to July 9th. Slightly bullish. I don't think it's going to mean that much. And I did report on a possible ceasefire. It doesn't look like that's going very, very well, as Russia and Ukraine actually just had one of the biggest attacks, Russia to Ukraine, as of thus far. So the ceasefire doesn't look like it's going very good. Now, again, with the GDP coming out negative, that's going to be very, very bearish for the market. And then, of course, on Friday, we have core PCE, personal income month over month, and personal spending month over month as well. So we have a jam-packed week for this week that's going to cause a lot of volatility. I think this week we're going to see NASDAQ start to pull back inside of this rising wedge, and I think we're going to see SPY possibly break down out of this rising wedge, but we could see a push to the upside before that happens, and I'll show you guys what that potentially could look like. Maybe a pop to the upside, but then eventually breaking down, and we're probably going to break down hard. If we go into the levels of 573.32, expect SPY to dump because there's a big gap fill there, and it will probably dump all the way down to like 565.17. So we have this rising wedge with huge gap fills to the downside. That's a setup to absolutely dump. So I'm thinking between like this week and next week, we're going to see some serious downside for SPY. So this is what I'm looking at for SPY. I think we're going to see a red week in my personal opinion. I got a 3 out of 3 last week. I'm looking for another 3 out of 3 this week because that would be literally like a three-peat. That means I predicted all of the monthly or the weekly candles for AMC and GME and SPY correct, all 3. I did that 2 weeks in a row. I'm looking for a 3rd week in a row. So let's hopefully get this right. I think we're going to see some pullback for SPY. Levels that you need to look at here. If SPY loses 578.35, you're going to see more downside. I think we could see some recovery on Tuesday, so don't just get trigger happy right away. If you did see a big drop to the downside in the morning, expect some recovery as we fill the gap. If SPY is able to get above 579.29, expect more upside if it's able to hold that level. Those are the key levels of support and resistance right now where SPY is at. Let's go ahead and move into BTC in the overall market, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. So ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin is about to explode and crypto is about to explode. I don't know if you've ever experienced a altcoin season, but wait to experience an altcoin season, okay? If you've never experienced something truly insane to behold, as the euphoria comes into the market, as the FOMO comes into the market, things truly start to get crazy. If you go ahead and look at what's going on here for BTC as far as my fractal is concerned, it is literally tracking candle for candle, as you guys can see. We'll go ahead and zoom out here to the daily time frame just so you guys can get a much clearer look. It's tracking candle for candle. candle for candle, ladies and gentlemen, as we push up. So we're probably going to push a little bit higher, and then I have micro technicals that show that we're going to push up higher as well. We're actually breaking out of a falling wedge right now. So you guys can see we went to this new high of 112 and then pulled back, but we made a falling wedge in doing so. So you're probably going to see Bitcoin pull back a little bit, retest this falling wedge, and then push up. And it's probably going to push up for a new high. And that new high is probably going to be either very, very close to my price targets of the 115, or it's going to actually go to that 115 price target. Again, I do have a 115 and 125K price target here for BTC. I think we'll be seeing those very, 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 very soon. Now, once Bitcoin does hit those price targets, it's going to start to range. And once it starts to range, that's when I think altcoin season is going to come into play. Normally, that's what we see when altcoin season comes. Bitcoin rallies hard, altcoins lag behind, then Bitcoin ranges. That's when altcoins start to go crazy as Bitcoin holds the higher highs and stays up. And then that's when we see altcoins go crazy. Now, you guys can see here that with fear and greed, we're not even in extreme greed yet. So that's showing that we definitely have a little bit more room to run. If you guys go ahead and look at the altcoin bubbles, you guys can see it's pretty much a mixed bag right now. BTC is probably going to make an explosive move to the upside, and it's fully decoupled from stocks in my personal opinion. You guys can see that Bitcoin actually here had a green week last week, while stocks had a red week. So again, it's fully decoupled. And if I did have to actually predict a green or red week here for BTC, I'm going to go ahead and go with a green week for BTC. I might start doing that on the weekly outlook of predictions, giving you guys the crypto or at least Bitcoin red or a green week. So I would say green week for BTC, as I think we're going to make a new all-time high probably this week. Now, if we go ahead and look at coins like Ethereum have been pushing up nice. Ethereum is extremely undervalued in my personal opinion. If we could see Ethereum break above like 3.5, 4K, hold those levels, it would absolutely explode as it breaks out of this macro accumulation here. Coins like Cardano, ADA are going to see a nice move up. You guys can see this isn't an overall uptrend, not even with the green weekly MACD yet. So this thing could see an explosive movement to the upside once it starts to get more bullish momentum. We have this overall falling wedge that says it's going to go to at least $1.25, if not much, much higher. And if we go ahead and look at key coins like XRP, and I do hold all of those coins just for full disclosure. If we go ahead and look at key coins like XRP, XRP looks like it's setting up for a move towards a new all-time high. This would probably all come later down the road, and I did tell you guys that altcoin season would probably come spring, summer 2025. So it looks like my projections for the altcoin season are on track as well. And that was before I found the Bitcoin fractal. Now that we have the Bitcoin fractal, that gives us even more confirmation that we're going to not only hit my price targets, but altcoin season is going to come around the time that I said. If we just quickly look at the BTC rainbow chart, you guys can see that we are still in the accumulation ranges. So this is still more evidence that we have more room to the upside, in my personal opinion. And that's why we're going to see BTC absolutely explode, make a nice movement to the upside, start to range, and then you'll see that altcoin season. Let me know some altcoins you guys want to see me cover in the crypto section, and I will give you guys some altcoin picks as well, especially as we get more deep in the altcoin season. And if you guys do want some information on how to tell if it's going to be altcoin season, look at the Bitcoin dominance, okay? Bitcoin dominance would have to come down. Right now it's at 61.1%. It would have to be lower than like 50, 45%. And Ethereum dominance is normally much, much higher in an altcoin season as well. So that's just a way you guys can check anytime you want. You can go to CoinGecko.com and check that just to see kind of where we're at with things on the macro. So this is your weekly outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. If you guys watching the end, thank you so much, because that helps me out immensely. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share all of that good YouTuber stuff. I have a merch store. I'm rocking the merch. I rock it all the time during the streams and stuff like that. I also stream as well. So put the bell notification on, hit that like button and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, you're going to love it here. Again, check out the merch store if you want to check and support the channel in a different way. We also have a Discord as well. Information linked in the description below. Exclusive buy and sell signals, technicals, and an exclusive community. If you want to join it, hit up my email, DataZero Official 5. All of the information is linked below. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Have fun. Stay safe. Make money. Peace out. All right. We did it. Almost didn't make it, guys. Almost didn't make it. All right. I'm going to get to editing to this. And that way I can get back to my weekend. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all later, man. If you can, check out the video when it drops. And thank you for coming by on your Memorial Day weekend. I really appreciate it. See, you guys got to see my anxiety at first. I told you guys I have anxiety. It started flaring up. Did you guys see? I was freaking out. Bryce couldn't tell though because I played it cool. Well, I tried to anyways. Oh, if you guys do have anxiety, I found natural ways that are helping. Do not turn. So we have high anxiety because of all the electronics and shit. So try to sleep with everything off. Don't have your TV on. Don't have your phone running. Don't have no music on. Just sleep with everything off. That way your brain can actually turn off for a second. And exercise. Jogging, walking, push-ups. Those are natural ways to get anxiety down. The problem with the video, there was so many bullish things, dude. There's too many bullish things for AMC right now. There's too many. There's literally too many bullish things for AMC right now. Oh, snaps. You guys went crazy on the super chats for the weekend. 20 total, thank you. 88 likes, what the hell? 500 views, thank you, guys. Thank you, for real. I just looked at all this stuff. That's a good amount for the weekend. 500 views, 88 likes. And you guys, supers. So unfortunately, I have to count that type of stuff. Yeah, man. Thank you guys, for real. That's very good for the weekend. Shoot. Sometimes on a light day for an 8-hour stream, we won't even get, like, if it's a slow day, like, we got 20 here for the chats total. They add it up. It all adds up. One brand new member because I did a giveaway. But we're at 500 views, yo. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all, man. I didn't even think anybody was going to come out. I didn't even think anyone was going to show up. So thank you guys for showing up for the weekly outlook prediction. Peace. Oh, check the video. When it drops, you already know what it is. It's your boy DZ. Hey, hey. Turn up. One time. DZ fan. We in this bitch. Most lit, most poppin', most fun. All right, fam, we out. One love. I'm up 100% on some of my GameStop shares, but I will not sell for you guys. But don't follow me. If you're up 100% and it's a lot of money to you, you take profits. My situation and your situation are not the same. And I'm not saying that like I have more or less than you. I'm just saying no two people's situations are the same. So don't follow what I'm doing with my GameStop shares. I have a specific plan to sell my GameStop shares at a certain price because I did technicals on the macro and it's a long-term investment for me. I'm up 100% on these shares.
Yo, check it. Yo, ladies. Alright, y'all, that was the video. If you find it from right now where SPY is at. Let's go ahead and move into of these people don't mix and match. But